Hello, good morning or afternoon, everybody. This is Sean C. Harrison, Jamaican poet from the parish of St. Thomas, from the community of Red Hills Pen, parish of St. Thomas, Jamaica, and I am here to read another patois or dialect poem. So I'm inviting, all of you to join in, or even when the broadcast has ended, to look on the broadcast and, maybe, learn a thing or two as I go into my experience with this poem or some of my experiences living in St. Thomas with mental illness. And in the poem, I'll also mention some other persons who I knew growing up who had mental challenges. And I really don't know that things were the same then as they are now, as it concerns, people dealing with mentally ill persons. But I do know it is something that can be very challenging for both the sufferer and the person who is looking on, or the caregivers. So I do not deny that mental illness oftentimes takes very ugly turns, and it's often hard to cope with it. But my experience was such, and still is such, that I have been able to express myself, and I have been able to function in spite of having been diagnosed all the way back at 19 years old with paranoid schizophrenia. The diagnosis was changed on admission to the Bellevue Hospital to schizoaffective disorder. And I've always been asking, does it mean that the condition has gotten worse or that it has improved? Is schizoaffective disorder a lesser, kind of mental struggle? And the answers don't never really seem to readily come from those who are put in a place of trust to actually treat and deal with, the whole issue of mental illness from a professional level. But anyway, I'm glad that for the time that I was disoriented in plain view of the Morant Bay St. Thomas community, I am still, able to express myself at this point, and I've been able to make it back to the world of sanity, so to speak, as some people might see it. Now, this poem was actually written the 17th of July 2014, and it chronicles my own experiences dealing with the illness and having to work, in the health sector, and just generally. So here goes. It's entitled The Two-Sided Madness. So here goes. Just listen, please. I pray that you listen to the end. Let me tell you something about a set of people in our Jamaica land where we like to call the proverbial madman. Now, in a St. Thomas, there were some famous ones we know. And regular outer beer, them would put on quite a show. We underestimate how valuable them people there is to we. But there is more than meet the eye. And today, you are going to see. Me no want nobody think me is only making fun. It's a serious issue me a raise. You going to see, by time me done. Weber was a man who them say did have to smoke the herb. A doctor in the town in Darcy say if him don't, he might go get disturbed. He was one of the first in a big Morant Bay who all when police a pass was puffing weed same way. Coco Berry was one who just by hearing that name, you know he was in for a treat, and that was his greatest fame. Bunny was a little man who never say a thing, but he walked the town end to end with buckle where he never one day fling. Mother Ivy was a lady who wash your clothes for you. Look when me come to, she always say, I wonder what she do. If you ever call her Renka Mile, she cuts from dawn till dusk. But she used to give me mother gossip, for she hear all story first. Jemima was a little woman also known as Pram Pram. Never in the beer at all and no have her in a little town. One day we a come from school and Sam ball out the nickname. She fling a green banana catch Gregory foot. We laugh that day is a shame. Now lady was very jealous. With a church she take a set, you see. It no matter if you're single or you are married somebody. When you get that eye from her, that's everything. You'd think she are the one who wear the ring. Everybody knows Ricky. You can send him anyway. Buy cash pot, go a hardware, fetch your bag, no care wait there. Tata is a man when him talk, if you listen carefully, you learn things like when him say, the government, them a mash up the country. You know me uncle say I never saw him born. He meet accident, and from that time, as we would have said, him gone. No kilowatt was a man who did play the best football. But him get off, and when him see we, I one name him a fial. What Marky? Give me a 20 now. Don't give him a you see him just said germs. Move from your son. When that man did the pan tap him have a whitey pan each hand. Seem like quick as one set gone, another set land. Donovan everybody know. For when him driving through the town from a mile away you hear by driving tight truck and make the sound. Look like I saw him born. For you could have looked on the little face and see that something never right from long time. For even him mother have a trace. But Lord, the people them love him and him say some rude things all the while. When him done solicit the girl them half a broke a smile. Baby G is a lady make things. She good with her hand, you see. Fifi with coconut leaf, strong mat and all, very, very pretty. People say all naive about that girl and all. Me know, if she walk barefoot and talk like a funny and beg too kind as she go. Not to mention Jean, officially cock up, Eddie Rennie and even Esme, barefoot Dan and the next Donovan were dead. A singer sings so sweetly. I wonder if you see where I'm going. Well, I am going to the other side. For me have a bone to pick that I can no longer hide. No for we in a clean clothes a madman just the same. But you would have never know so it go for we step and tap our game. We take we pill and quietly go about with little duties. But the place them where we work in Lord God, so much abuses. Can you imagine? Me work for 5 years in the heart of the health service, according to them a sterling employee who make the office A-list. Only to hear from a nurse who asks me if do something right behind me. Mad, sick, head no good. Up to now the words are ring. And best of all, we was part of the same denomination, but prejudice run deep. Look like it dig out fear, compassion. 8, 9, 10 years in the job past, not even an appointment. And all me ball to the powers that be are the same kind of treatment. When me say me I left, me sign my first PR, my resignation day. You know how long me ask for it and them ignore me cries same way. So me said to my supervisor, you never see sign things was getting to me. After me the counselor was what she answered very matter-of-factly. And the one who supervised me before, when me come one day start cuss on the compound, of course, mark after me left. Go take your medication, was what the man gave out in discuss. So me left the job in frustration, for it wasn't working out. A mentally ill employee no really have no clout. And when June 2013 find me facing unemployment alone, that was when this madman became as such more widely known. Them try to take shame out of them yai by asking me to come back. But 10 years was enough of the health department multifaceted attack. I swear to God I would have never take another 9 to 5 for them mock you, pass you over for promotion. Can't bear to see madman strive. For just like maybe Ricky, Cocoberry, Pram Pram and all the rest, people's perception is that we shouldn't able to give of the very best. After all, if you say something with the smallest iota of common sense, him no mad that Gina live Gina and keep up pure pretense. But me a one madman with method, and me never diagnosed myself. 16 years of schizophrenia, that was then documented. 16 years of hell. And if you want me name out medication, both injection and pill, me get Clopixel, Mardicate, Risperdal, and the dreaded Largactil. Dharmicum, Haloperidol, Artane, Cogentin, and Melaril. Seroquel was the last one. Down to sex drive them, they something killed. So tell me, Jamaican people, who don't know the story behind the one them who see every day, to whom you can be so unkind, they must mad the picnic too. And who must think before you act. So maybe them was a mother, a scholar, a teacher, before them all get crack. Maybe I saw them born, so how it could have been them fault? when sometime or other we all meet misfortune and get a little salt. Me not beg no pity for me, neither for the rest. But treat we like somebody and put we to the test. See if we not make enough of una shame who claim we not have all the sense and a discriminate against people with lack of understanding as una defense. Me understand quite well and a pity una subtle. For enough of una same one would a do well with two mad pill. See Jamaica, yeah? Everything now out of place. And a normal people run it. With that, the rest my case. Yes, everybody, that's the end of the poem. And it was written just on the heels, well, maybe not exactly on the heels, but subsequent to my having left the health department, for reasons known to a number of persons. But I can tell you, living with mental illness is not easy at all. And especially when you are able to function, many times your credibility, while being questioned, is also used against you to say there is nothing wrong with you, because why am I seeing that man there doing, all kinds of foolishness and on the road, which is what most people are used to, as opposed to this person who is always so composed and calm and all of that. But mental illness is something that takes varied hues and nuances that sometimes is not even easy to be understood by those who are even treating you. But I implore and I challenge everyone today who, most of them or us are or have been exposed to persons, who suffer with this challenge. It's a terrible thing to deal with, especially schizophrenia, which is, I think, probably labeled or probably deemed by the psychiatric community as one of the most serious, if not the most serious mental illness. There were times people wouldn't have known that I was suffering this way because I was very jovial and everything. But the private pain when you're behind closed doors, and not only when you're behind closed doors, also when you are in, the madding crowd, where you have to be dealing with voices of people from all over, laughter, and everything just seems to be rushing into your brain. It's not easy. So if I can, by my influence using this medium to enlighten others, I pray that someone will take this to heart. If it's a relative, a friend, a former friend, a co-worker, former co-worker, embrace them with arms of love, whatever the manifestation may be, even though it's not easy for most people to cope. And I admit that very readily. But for me, I would have more preferred love and compassion from some people who would have dealt me otherwise than to know that I have the memory of all these things swirling around my head, that really don't make oftentimes when you do reflect for really good memories and good reflections. Nonetheless, it's not dirty laundry I'm hearing. It's just an issue that I'm giving, ear to and venting so that maybe by my influence, someone's heart will be changed. I know mentally ill persons can do very dangerous things, but I can tell you, many of the times, all they need is a gentle approach, understanding, kindness, empathy, and you will see how far that goes. So thank you for all of you who have listened and joined in, and all of you who will listen. I pray that somebody takes something to heart today. Thank you again. It is Sean C. Harrison, Jamaican poet from the parish of St. Thomas, Red Hills, my community, Jamaica, West Indies. Thanks again.